What's good, Relocation Football League fans? It's your boy Smitty here with the Week 4 Game of the Week of the RFL College Series, and we are here in Oklahoma as the Sooners host the number 2 team in the country as the 12th ranked team themselves. It's Alabama and the Crimson Tide versus the Sooners. Definitely should make for a great game. Even in the game, this is rated as the game of the week. We got Coach Dior Gore here with the Bama team in his first year, 3-0, taking on the 3-0 Sooners. Let me know in the chat who you guys got winning this one. And without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. Bama, Oklahoma starts now. And it will be Alabama kicking off as their defense will look to stop number 12 Oklahoma. This will be fielded at the goal line. Juke move is not going to fake out the 2 defenders as this offense will get started at the 14, coming out onto the field. They're going to highlight Slade McAllister, the starting running back. This is Devin Barkow. First play, he's going to throw a bubble screen out, and that is blown up. Tackle made there by Evan Hurt of the Crimson Tide. 2nd and 10 in a motion. Barkow looking for something down the field. Over the middle, he's got a man. First down. Sooners, 23 yards on the completion. That'll be his 100th completion of the season. So they'll find his tight end on a nice deep crosser route. So the Sooners on their first drive able to get a first down against this number 2 team. As they will run the ball 4 yards up the middle. 2nd down and 6. Play action. Barkow fires over the middle again. Wide open man. Big yards. Gets all the way to the 32-yard line, and it is another Sooners first down. 51 yards through the air for Barkow. No instant replay, but they are taking advantage of this man-to-man matchups. And these receivers finding ways to win. And they are winning big. Another man in motion as they will try to run. That is blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for Slade McAllister on his 2nd carry of the game. Picked up for his first carry. Loses half of that on the next. Barkow with a quick throw. Beautiful black shoulder throw. As he was able to see the defender had the inside leverage over the top. That's just being aware of where to go with the ball. QB sneak by Barkow is going to move the chains, and Oklahoma is looking really good on their opening drive of the game. Barkow's looking very comfortable. Of course, they got the home field advantage. Good fight forward. That is Fiocco is going to be able to move the chains up for 5 yards. Pressure's coming immediately, and that pressure will slightly throw that ball off target. It's now a 3rd and 5 for Oklahoma. As they will motion McAllister over to the left. Fires. Looks like he's got the first down. He's close. They will give it to him. Man, what a drive. The Sooners just marching little by little. Couple big plays too. Mixing it up well. And a great read here. Checks it down. McAllister able to gain 4 yards out of the play. Just love the way that Barkow is reading this defense. If it's there, just taking it. Even if it's a simple check down, it's getting the necessary yards. Barkow throws a laser into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners on the opening drive. And there goes Fiocco. Talk about making a statement. That is a huge statement right there by the Sooners. Ari Fehoko is sitting there in the middle of the field, but look at Barkow. The placement, able to find it in between the 2nd and 3rd level of the defense. And the Sooners looking to go up by 7 after this extra point. And it's good. 12 plays, 88 yards. What a drive. We'll have to see how Alabama will respond, as this will be taken from about the 4-yard line. And this is going to be the transfer from Tennessee, Covington, on returns, as they will highlight the Hunter Mackey Award winner, which is our Heisman from CS7 last year. Looking to try to get his name back in there to be the first ever player to win that back-to-back in the RFL College Series. Jaden Young will fire, and that will be a nice catch over the shoulder on the out route to Dior Gore, his top receiver, just continuing to make big plays after big play. Early on, another quick throw, and that's going to be intercepted. And it looks like he's got a lane to the end zone. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Sooners. What a start. Ryan Bryant. Wow. Young just, oh man, that's just a really bad read right there. He's clearly in the inside, and then Bryant just taking care of the rest, outrunning Andre Romano and other guys there. Talk about making a statement. Oklahoma starting out with a bang. This is just the first quarter, and they score on offense and defense first time out onto the field. 14-0. Sooners. Shout out to the Relocation Football League, the guys who are here. Hey, make sure to turn us up, hit that like button, let everybody know we're live with the game of the week. And it looks like Oklahoma may be in for an upset over the number 2 team in the country, as they've got Alabama down by 2 scores. Play action, Jaden Young, after throwing an interception, throws a great ball there, but cannot be held on to by Talon Ross. He was a big-time playmaker last season, 1,000-yard receiver himself, and also was in for the Keith Guyton Award, which is best receiver in Oklahoma. Is not playing around, as that is batted down. Bama's looking at a 3rd and 10. 4-man rush. Jaden Young fires. Dior Gore breaks the tackle, trying his absolute best to get the first down, but the Sooners are all over it, and they will force a punt. Going to be brought down at the 40. This is great field position. Last time the Sooners were out, and Barkow able to toss a laser into the end zone. They made it kind of look easy against this Crimson Tide defense. It's a good job right there, as Billy Jacklin will come through with the tackle. 2nd and 12 after the 2-yard loss. Here goes a bubble screen. They've been tossing out there, and Bama's starting to get hip to it. That's going to be a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 13 for Barkow, as he's pointing out the mic, it seems, trying to find where the weakness is in this defense. Barkow getting pressured and down. He's going to go for a sack. That's the first one of the game, and that's Randy Hart, who's going to hawk him down and force their first punt of the game. I said Hurt, excuse me. Defensive tackle, you see him just nice little over-the-top swim move. Gets back there.
Number 17.
That's a huge loss. Hopefully that boosts some momentum here for Alabama, as they've came out very slow. And fair catch caught there by DCP. Andre Romano trying to get an outside run, and he loses 5 yards on his first carry. 2nd and 15. This Oklahoma defense has been stout. Last time these guys played was last season. Alabama absolutely obliterated them. And what about this catch by Keyshawn Covington? Nice catch, get him within 2 yards. But Bama last season beating the Sooners 56-24. What a juke move by the running back of the year from CS7, Andre Romano. Much better carry that time, as he will move the chains to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, right back to Romano after the great run, and a decent gain of 3 his very next touch. 7 yards on 3 carries. Of course, that first carry losing him 5 yards. They're going with an option, tried to fake it out there, and the defense was on a 2-yard loss. And again, they've got Bama in a 3rd and long. And this is intercepted for the second time. Oklahoma with 2 picks on the reigning Heisman winner. And they are strapping up here. Not sure what's going on with Young, but he is just firing. And Seed coming up with the interception. It seemed like he quickly tried to just thread that in there. Keyshawn Covington trying to run the dig route. That was just covered to perfection. Played his inside pocket, just wasn't the best leverage you could be on a route like that. He came up with a nice interception as they will run the ball inside for a 5-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 5. On fake. Barkow. Oh, spin move is not going to work. That's a great job making that tackle in the open field. Fiocco could not break away. It's now 3rd and 6. Trying to move around the pocket, and Bama will get to him for the sack. 4th down, they'll force another punt. This defense is going to have to step up and continue to play like they've been these last 2 drives. But it's Ralph Singh able to get there to him, see him fighting inside. Well, actually, that was Jones. Tyler Jones was able to work that. And Singh was inside with the pressure to get the first contact as this punt is away. Another fair catch called by DeAndre Carter-Park. Bama still in search of their first points of the game. 2 interceptions thrown by Jaden Young. Andre Romano using as much speed as he can on that carry. Just gets a yard. You got to give it to Oklahoma's defense. They have played stellar. There's a nice little screen out there. Romano, 5 yards. He was explosive last week, over 140 rushing yards on just 14 carries. And what a catch and throw. First down, Bama. Another dangerous one, though, by Young as he is able to connect with Talon Ross. He's going to have Talon Ross in the backfield with him. Going with an audible. They've got Andre Romano out wide at the bottom of the screen here. And trying to run Ross on a wide sweep. That did not work out at all. 5-yard loss. 2nd down, 15. Will they get a snap off? Yes, they will. Throws a bubble out there to Core just for 2 yards. And that's the end of the first. Put your 2s up in the chat. Oklahoma leading over Alabama here, 14-0. And then also start of the 2nd quarter, Crimson Tide will be looking at a 3rd and 13. And this stadium is fired up. You can look at the stadium post at the top right. He's going to bomb one deep down the field, and that is intercepted for a 3rd time, trying to go to Keyshawn Covington, and this is just a terrible start for Jaden Young. I'm not sure why he put so much air on his throw. I mean, you got to throw this on the line. He's clearly playing over the top way too high. Torres not in the best position to play this, but he just throws this up, and that's easy for him to take away. I'm not sure what's going on with 3 picks in the first half for Young. Not looking good at all as they will go a read option with Barkow. Barkow's going to be met in the backfield, a loss of a yard. And Young, I believe, only had 1 interception coming into this game. 3 in that in the first half. And that's serious business. Oklahoma's been looking great. And, you know, the one thing with Oklahoma since being on the college football game, this is a squad that was very inconsistent last year. Is either they won big or they lost big. And usually when they played those teams that you expected to be a challenge, they lost big. But right now, they are giving it to Alabama. That's a nice first down completion out to his tight end in the flats. They are at the 42-yard line. Play action. Barkow fires. And that's just out of reach. Second and 10. And nearly intercepted. Great jump on the football. It might have been Devontae Freezer to get the hop on that one. Just could not hold on. And he will fire again. Nearly intercepted. Jacklin, the linebacker, almost coming up with that pick. Bama's defense just continuing to keep Oklahoma's offense at bay with no response from their offense to help out. Let's see if this return may fire them up a bit as he'll get this one out to the 30. A really good return there by Carter Park. I mean, they've got to get some pressure off of Young here. I think you just run the ball a little bit. Here they go, some play action, sets his feet, throws, big completion to his tight end, still fighting forward. Gets into Oklahoma territory. And they'll be set up at the 47, and they are harrying things up. Still plenty of time left in this game to try to turn things around. And how about Andre Romano getting something out of that play? 5 carries for just 10 yards, though. This Oklahoma defense has played well. Dior Gore in the slot. Look out for him. Looking to pass, fires. He's got a wide open Covington who's been receiving more targets in this game than we've seen in the previous ones. Audible. Looks like they're flipping things over to the other side. Dior Gore in the slot. Dumping it off. And that's not getting anything. No gain. We're in motion, but here goes Romano with 3 yards on the carry, and they're harrying things up. 3rd and 7. Young going deep again. 1-on-1. It is incomplete. That would have been intercepted if he had just a sliver of space, and that would have been pick number 4 thrown by Jaden Young. And this kick nearly blocked. I'm not sure why they're slow-moing this, but they do. And it's good. I guess they tried to freeze him. And Arnett was able to give Bama their first points. So 14-3. Oklahoma. Down to the 19 they go. Barcow has looked pretty good at the quarterback position. He's been making some really good reads. The defense, though, of Bama has done a pretty good job. Technically, have only given up a touchdown. And of course, you saw the pick 6 is the only reason they got 7 more points on the board. Can he put more pressure on this Bama team? A nice reach out. It's going to give Oklahoma the first down. Slade McAllister getting it done there. And in the triple coverage, caught by Fiocco. 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Bubble screen, what a juke. Picks up half the distance. 3rd and 3. Heavy pressure. And down he's going to go for a sack. There goes that Bama defense again. Started off slow, but boy, they have turned up the heat. Jacklin has been everywhere. Almost got himself an interception earlier. He's been in on a couple pass breakups, and here he is on a sack. Not sure why they say someone else's name and show an angle from a different player. Doesn't make any sense. They're going to punt this one away. Bama's offense needs to get going. That sounds crazy just to even say, because they were the most explosive offense in college football last season. Play action. Young gonna dump it off. Here goes Romano. What a juke move. Nearly, well, I'll say he caught two defenders with that juke. 2nd and inches. Right back to Romano. Gets enough for it. When in doubt, you know that pass game, whenever it starts to struggle, you can always rely on Romano. Here goes a quick RPO, broken tackle. Way to get up the field. 1st down. It looks like Young is just really focused on getting the ball out of his hands quickly. What a cutback. Romano nearly getting enough for a 1st down. It's a nice little 9-yard run. Now, those quick tosses have resulted in the 3 interceptions he's got in his 1st half, though, as Young stepping back and forth in the pocket, throws. That is not caught. Now on the 3rd and 1, what will the Crimson Tide do? They're going to call a toss play. Romano nearly spins his way for the 1st, and they are not even going to go for a field goal attempt by Arnett again from the right hash. Kick is slowed up again. I guess this is a field effect, and he missed it. So the home field advantage affects the kick, and it's wide to the right. Wow. Bama's got to find a way to turn this stadium down. The pulse is clearly affecting them. As McAllister will pick up 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. He's got 2 receivers to his right. Barkow checks it down. Nice read. Still on his feet. Gets to the 50-yard line. And again, Bama's done such a great job to keep this offense from being as explosive as it can be at times. And Barkow with another laser. This will not be caught by Fiocco, though. And it's now 2nd and 10. Barkow's throwing some dots out here. Not going to lie. Finds Fiocco again. Nearly enough for 1st down. Fiocco's got 10 catches already in this 1st half for 70 yards. And a QB sneak. Going to move the chains. 11-point ball game, looking to make it an even larger deficit. Hand off to McAllister. Does not get the blocks he needs, as he is shut down in the backfield. A loss of 3. Play action out of the pistol formation. Throws a nice ball, catching him in stride, and 5-yard gain will make this a 3rd and 8. Quick throw and a good tackle to keep him short. Oklahoma attempt a field goal. Timeout called here by Alabama. I'm not sure what for. I mean, literally 2-minute warning was coming. Guess they want all of their 2 minutes, but even that's not going to be the case once this kick goes through. And it's good. A shorter timeout should have saved it. 2 timeouts, 1 minute and 57 seconds. And that'll be running down now after this return. At the 22-yard line. So receivers have struggled to get open. You have not seen much of Dior Gore. Young with a check down, and Romano good for 4. Alabama taking this no huddle approach here. A quick throw. Looks like they're just trying to be fast with their offense, and I think in this game it's kind of backfired against them a bit. Definitely what led to those picks, and wow, the option actually works, even though it was ran the complete opposite way. Gets out of bounds at the 47-yard line and stops the clock with 1 minute 32. Young quickly fires, but the receiver not paying attention. That could have been an easy 1st down. Instead, a 2nd and 10. Big game missed. Young making some changes, calling some things out. And Covington has got the first down. Bama's moving. They need some points desperately here, finding themselves down by 14 once again. Young just zipping that one in to Romano. And there goes their 2nd timeout of the night. I think those interceptions have kind of boxed Young here. Doesn't seem to be as aggressive as we saw. Here goes the throw over the middle of the field for a nice gain as he finds Talon Ross. And time is winding down. We're approaching half a minute. 32 seconds and counting. Young steps up, throws, end zone, touchdown, Dior Gore. It was only a matter of time. Now that was a laser. And that's exactly what the Tide needed before the end of this half. We got to make sure he got a foot down. And this was an absolute laser. Look at this. Boom, put it right on him. And yep, feet are down. Gore is fired up. Beautiful ball. Catching him in the weak spot of the zone defense on the wheel. And the extra point makes it a 7-point ball game. Week 4 already kind of shows you all you need to know about what is to come moving forward in the RFL College Series. The first 3 weeks, I mean, the matchups weren't too great. Bunch of blowouts. But this week, very much more competitive than what we saw prior. And how about the game we just saw before this one? USC, close game against Penn State. A game they really needed to try to get ranked. Fell short in overtime. Boy, a triple overtime. Losing 35-33. And that play right there is going to end the first half of play. Guys, get your threes up in the chat. The third quarter about to get started. Nothing really here for the half for you guys to be able to put up. It's just been a great week of the RFL College Series, man. Time is flying. We're already about to be in week 5. And just about almost halfway through the season as most teams have played a third of their games. But Oklahoma with a 7-point lead over Bama right now, much more competitive. These two teams are 1-1 against each other. First time they met was in CS5 in the Fiesta Bowl, where Oklahoma was able to get the best of Alabama in that one in their first matchup, 28-21. And I've already talked about how their last meeting last season when Bama just absolutely dominated them. But right now find themselves down by 7, and they'll start this offensive drive at their own 18. Here's an end-around play, and Dior Gore goes nowhere. Counter run play here, cannot break the tackle. Romano just 10 carries, 28 yards. Big down, trying to roll out, gets a nice little block, throws this one up, and there's a flag. Is this on defense or offense? Looks like they got the camera on Cameron Ross here. Offensive pass interference. Wow, you don't see that often. We did see it in that last game, USC and Penn State. You see it again here tonight as the punt is off. And definitely not the start. Bama won it. Excellent field position here for the Sooners. They'll start at their own 49. McAllister somehow powers forward for 2. Quick bubble screen, spin not going to work. He gets blasted. Big third down. Trips to the right side. Barkow going to be sacked. And this Bama defense is just really getting it done. This is what's keeping them in this game. Getting back there to Barkow for the sacks, and it's those sacks right there that can start to build up. Owen James could start to weaken the confidence of Barkow moving forward. again, this team defensively has really only given up 10 points. So, I mean, they have been doing a job. He's got some blocks out here, so. Ooh, sound of that hit. Holds on the ball, though. Offense to the 22, looking for a much better drive than their last. Play action, quick throw, and that is caught. For a second, looked like it was dropped there. That completion going to put Young north of 200 yards as DeAndre Carter-Park is in motion in the backfield. I am not sure where he's going, but here's a shot deep down the field into double coverage, still going to be caught by Keyshawn Covington. And that's why they brought the man over, because of his abilities to make plays like that into double coverage. Wow. Andre Romano with a nice 4-yard run. Second and 6. Momentum slowly starting to build up for the Tide as they'll get to the 11. 260 now for Young. And there's a timeout called by Oklahoma. Not sure why. Maybe they're tired. They're out of position. But needed to burn it. Trying to see, I guess, about slowing down some of the momentum. And Bama was building, and look at Romano work through the creases. 8-yard gain. Second and 2. Young making some changes at the line. Here they go. Some play action. Throws off his back foot and just didn't have enough space. Got to stay in bounds there. We're having a freshman moment. A touchdown here could be just what they need, and instead it is shut down in the backfield. They will still trail and settle for 3 as Arnett, who missed his last field goal attempt, will try to kick this one. Easy chip shot, and you can see the effect again of playing here in Oklahoma. They're slowing down all his kicks, so putting down the pressure on him. And it is knocked down for 3 points. A 4-point game. 17-13. I honestly did not expect this score coming into this matchup. And oh my goodness, what a hit. Came downhill and blasted him. McAllister sent flying back for a loss of 2. Bit of a high snap. Somehow gets this pass off. This should be intercepted, and it is. And he's got space. Puts on a little move, gets to the 24, they'll say 25-yard line. And Bama with a huge turnover. There goes that championship belt. Dante Smalls making a big play here. And how about the pressure? He had no choice but to hurry up and throw it up there, but probably better off, well, would have been better off taking the sack or throwing it away immediately if he could. And Bama is right there, able to score points immediately as long as they don't turn this ball over. Throw over the middle, is able to find Covington for 6. Romano gets the carry. He's got space and a 1st and goal for Bama. 50 yards now on 13 carries, so much better. Play action, throws, end zone, touchdown, Bama, and they will take the lead for the first time tonight. What a catch by Whitfield, the tight end. Dom Winfield looks like running a crosser here, and boom. Goes up, gets it, and holds on. Extra point here to put him up by 3. And it's good. 20-17. 3 plays, 25 yards after the interception of Barkow. Kick this one out the end zone and only gets to the 15. The Sooners going to come out here in the pistol. Fake it as if they're going to run, and the bubble screen out to Fiocos, good for just 2 yards. Stack both sides. Another screen off the RPO, and back to the line of scrimmage they go. 3rd and 8. Markow underneath. Spin move, not going to work. And it looks like the momentum is shifting. And this is exactly what Bama wanted. He's got quite a bit of blockers out there for him. And I don't think he needed to hit that spin move. If he had hit that outside left, that could have been a punt return for a touchdown, in my opinion. But good return nonetheless. Bama the favorites to win this game by 18 or more points. Here's a throw. And Covington picking up 5 on a quick out. And over the middle, Talon Ross going to hang on for a first down. Just a little quick in route working up against that defense. Really good tackle there, not allowing Romano to break the tackle and get by. He's really great after contact. There's a throw still completed as he's hit to Ross. 3rd down and 4. Up by 3, looking to extend their points by more. Blitz being sent. Here goes Young. Fires, and what a catch, but not inbounds. They're going to try this kick from 57 yards out. Arnett has already missed one. Kenny knocked one down from this distance as he is getting slowed again, and the kick is missed again. I don't think that's something you really want to attempt often in this game. With this home field advantage having this kind of effect, that's going to give Oklahoma great field position as well at their own 40. Good throw, catch is made, and what a reach out, first down. Beautiful play there. Some play action. Here's a fire deep down the field. It's intercepted for a second time. Trying to get to the outside, not going to work, but I believe that is Mims with the pick. And now it is Barkow who is struggling to take care of the football as he tosses it through the air. And yep, Will Mims, sophomore returner, generic cornerback. Look how he undercut that great play. He had some clutch interceptions last season. And Romano trying to get shifty, gets 3 yards. It's been a great game. Tosses that one out there and just back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 7. Stadium is fired up. Pressure is coming. Young does not have the time to get the ball off like he'd like, but either way, it looks like he was throwing into coverage. And Oklahoma's defense will once again hold. Great back and forth game. 3rd quarter nearly coming to a close, and Bama's defense just getting stronger and stronger as this game goes on. Under a minute remaining. Quick throw over the middle. And nice little hit there. Tay Smalls, who had the pick earlier, in on that tackle. And a wide open receiver, so he'll get to the 44-yard line. There he is, working the man-to-man coverage. They took advantage of that earlier within the game. And that is the end of the third. Put your fours up in the chat. We got a 3-point ball game here. Bama, number 2 team in the country, battling it out with Oklahoma on the road. Score here, just a 3-point deficit, 20-17. You've seen Jaden Young, man, got off to a really rough start in this game. Still more interceptions, and he's got touchdowns. And I'm sure he could care less about that. Just wants to walk out of here with a victory and avoid a first loss of the season. Both of these teams undefeated. There's a flag and a sack, which won't play the bell just yet. Looks like somebody on Bama was offside, so it's not even going to count. Will Mims got the interception earlier. Going to make it now a 1st and 5 for the Sooners. Read option. What a burst of speed. Spins off it and just happens to lose his balance. Almost makes you wonder if he could have stayed up. But as fast as he was going, what could he have done? And a completion to Fiocco. They're already in range to tie this game up. And it just looks like it takes that one play to fire up this offense right now. Barkow is feeling it. Big hit still going to be caught after the hit by Jacqueline. Momentum is high for the Sooners. McAllister, though, losing a yard. Third down and 6. Barkow throws wide open man, almost in the end zone. Fiocco over 100 yards receiving with his 15th catch for 109 at the 1. Barkow in the gun. And he is going to keep it himself. Good job by Jacqueline. Again, he's been everywhere. He's got 10 solo tackles in this game, as they'll come right back out in the pistol. McAllister getting the carry. Bama shutting it down. One more stop to try to keep them to just a tie, more than likely. Barkow cannot escape, and down he is going to go for the 5th time tonight with a sack. That is a huge goal line stand by the Crimson Tide. Ralph Singh in on another one. See him working inside, getting by Rivera. Left tackle there.
Number 18 on the field goal.
And this for the tie. And there we go, man. These final games to end off week 4 has been absolutely incredible. It's 20-20 with the number 2 team struggling to put the Sooners away, as it was the Sooners who started out with the explosive, shocking lead, 14-0. Bama clawed their way back and took the lead momentarily, but here we are. Oh man, broken tackles, another juke move. What a return by DCP. 3 guys he made look silly. Now the game just gets even more interesting. Play action. Jaden Young fires. It is intercepted for a 4th time by Oklahoma. Wow. Seed with another. 4 picks in this game from the former Hunter Mackey Award winner. Play action. Pressure started coming there a little bit. Boom, takes it away from the tight end Whitfield. And Oklahoma with a chance for a lead on this drive. Hand off, McAllister's got a lane and a 1st down for the Sooners. Still on bodies, they're not going to blow the whistle, but finally will. It is a first down to the 38. Back to McAllister. What a cut off the blocks. McAllister with a 9-yard rush. 2nd and 1. And look at the blocks here. The running, the vision. Oklahoma is fired up, and the last thing Bama really wanted to give up to the Sooners is momentum, because this home field advantage, you can tell that they have. It makes a difference. Throwing to the end zone, nearly intercepted, but dropped. That's something that Bama needed badly. McAllister stiff-arming guys. 6-yard rush. Bama desperately needing this stop. Cannot afford to give up a first down. Bubble screen, and they are on it. Shut down by Deion Washington. They'll attempt the field goal from the left hash. This for the lead back. And it's good. 23-20, Oklahoma. We would have expected this. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. Oklahoma looking for the ultimate upset. Alabama only lost to 2 teams the entire season last year, and DCP on these returns has looked great. Those teams was to Georgia twice, one in the ACC championship game, and in the regular season. Here's a throw over the middle. Dior. This is somebody you just got to get the ball to. 4 picks, 2 touchdowns for Jaden Young. Definitely one of his worst games I think he's had. Fires down the field, and you can see when you're rattled and he's throwing 4 picks, you've been hit. He hasn't even been sacked a single time, surprisingly. But the defense have found ways to just bottle him up. And those passes are getting away from him now. He does complete that one, which makes this a 3rd and 2 in the backfield by himself, so he's got to make the play. There's nobody over top of Romano right now. Not sure if he's calling audibles or what. And he misses him. Romano was wide open, running straight down the field, and he did not throw the ball. Play action, and he's sacked. Wow, turnover on downs. Well, this has by far been Jaden Young's worst game, as Ryan Bryant, who had a pick 6 on him earlier, gets there to him. I'm wondering, guys, should we be concerned about Oklahoma? Is Oklahoma the real deal? Bubble screen gets 1 yard. We're looking to knock off the number 2 team in the country. McAllister, what a run, first down. And we're under 5.5 minutes. A touchdown would be detrimental to Bama if they allow it. Play action, heat's coming, dumps it off, good tackle. And he will keep it himself. Going nowhere. 3rd and 7. Bama cannot give up a first down. We're almost at 4 minutes and really don't like the play call there from Oklahoma. They will keep the clock running a little bit to put some pressure on Bama, but man, there's a straight up kick. Should be knocked down the middle, and it is. A 6-point lead by the Sooners, and Bama has no choice but to score. And after a horrendous showing tonight here by Jaden Young, can he find a way to pull himself together and clutch it up to show glimpses of his Heisman performance last season, or his Mackey performance, we call it. Bad game, but he can make an amazing ending if he can find a way to win. Here's a throw. He's got Dior Gordon to the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown, Bama. The very first play. When in doubt, throw it out to zero, man. You throw it out to zero. Dior Gore, he pressed him with no help over the top. And if you watched his film last season, you don't do that. Ever. Especially in a situation like that. And he made Sweet look sweet after he burnt him to tie the game. Extra point here to take the lead.
The kicker on for the extra point.
2 touchdowns here tonight for Dior Gore. Won the Guyton Award, the best receiver last season. Looks like he's on pace to be in those discussions again. 1-point game, Oklahoma with 3:20 left. 2 timeouts, more than enough time. Can they work the clock down, get in the field goal range, and put this one away? We will find out. It's all going to come down to Barkow as he will throw, and good defense. Deion Washington breaking that one up. 2nd down. Shout out to the guys who are here. We are here at crunch time of the game of the week. Number 12, Oklahoma versus number 2, Bama. And a sack on the play for number 6 of the night. And it's 3rd and 14. 40-plus guys here. Let's go ahead, turn up the likes, hit that like button, subscribe to Relocation Football League if you are new and enjoying what you are watching. Sack number 2 for Singh. Oklahoma in a bad spot right now. McAllister, motion out the backfield. Can they get a first down play? Fires, and it is broken up, incomplete, takes a big hit. And I don't know what Oklahoma is doing here, but going for it on 4th and 14 when you could just punt it away. They better hope they get it. That's all I say. He'll take a deep shot, and it is going to be caught for a first down. Unbelievable grab by Cantrell. Wow. He literally just put the team on his back, and that could be the very play that gives the Sooners the upset. They are in field goal range. Look at this. Boom. Makes the catch on Will Mims. That was more so one-on-one coverage. Goes up there and gets it. Bama, of course, cannot afford to give up a first down or anything. They got to get them off the field quickly. First down can put this game away. Unbelievable play. That could have been the dagger right there. And there goes a near first down completion. 2nd and inches. Bubble screen. They've got it. And I think Oklahoma has done it. Unbelievable play made by Cantrell. They're still looking to pass. Throws. Got a man. End zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They went for it all. Unbelievable. But honestly, that's tough. Demetrius Tabor wide open over the middle on a deep crosser route. But you might have scored a bit too early, and they're going for 2. Barkow, and it is caught by Fiocco. 7-point ball game, 34-27. Bama does have all 3 timeouts as well. Deshaun Covington needs to just get down, wasting some times there. They're at the 18. They need to go 82 yards. Young, that is not the pass you want to throw. He's got to clutch up. Clutched up the last time, found Dior Gore wide open on a big touchdown. Hit as he throws this one down the field, and it's intercepted, and that should be the game. 5 picks on Jaden Young, and Sweet might have just closed out a sweet victory for the Sooners, getting his vengeance right there. Jamie Sweet got cooked by Dior to give Bama that lead back, and look, we saw that pressure coming through, and Jaden Young just forcibly throwing that ball up there. Who would have thought he'd have 5 interceptions in this matchup? We'll run it. And Bama has to use all of their timeouts. Game isn't over just yet, but a first down will do it. Bubble screen. The tackle. The way to stay in bounds. Forces them to use their second. Fiocco in the backfield all by himself. Do not sleep on his ability to scramble. They're going to blitz him heavy. Throws. Completed. He over pursues. And that is your game. Oklahoma is going to upset Bama. Unbelievable game. Final knee. Clock is going to hit 0, and the Sooners will defeat the Tide. 34-27 the final. And it makes you wonder, is Oklahoma a team to look out for? Here's your player of the game, Ryan Bryant. Defensive player, he got a pick 6, made a ton of tackles, a ton of plays. And how about Barkow? Just had the utmost confidence to throw the passes he did. He got picked off a few times, but he was not afraid to let it rip against this Bama defense. And man, the story of the game here, just a poor performance from Jaden Young. No one expecting that type of outcome. And that performance, of course, and leads to an upset early here in Game 4 for Bama. So Oklahoma remains undefeated with a huge win as the number 12 team in the country. I can't wait to see what this is going to do to the rankings as the number 2 team in the country falls. But that is it for Week 4. I will see you guys tomorrow on the RFL podcast, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to tune in. Sooners get it done, 34-27. I'll show you guys the stats, and until next time, I'll see you guys. Peace.